Will you be doing anything?
Question. Yeah.
Yes, in 2019, this council here actually voted unanimously to say that there's an escalating urgency for climate action. And in 2019, there were 55 days in Alice Springs that were above 40 degrees. You've had a local councillor here today speak about the importance of climate action. Does the Coalition's climate policy actually reflect the urgency of climate action as this councillor sees it? And if you'd like to win a seat like Lingiari, should your climate policy reflect that urgency more?
Well, I believe it does, because we're investing $22 billion in ensuring that the technologies that actually deal with climate change become a reality and are implemented, not just here in Australia, but in the countries that are seeing their emissions increase at incredibly high levels, in Indonesia, in India, in Vietnam. There seems to be some view that you can deal with climate change in Australia and that solves the problem. It doesn't. It's a global problem. And so our approach is not to go around putting taxes on Australians and to tell them what their choices have to be, but invest in the technologies that actually make those choices affordable, and not just for Australians, but they make those choices affordable and doable in countries in our region, because when you get the transformation of those economies as well, that's when you start to seriously address the issue of climate change. Now, we've committed to net zero by 2050, and we have a clear plan for how we get there. Australia's emissions have already fallen by around 20%. Now, that is more than the United States. It's more than New Zealand, many times over what it is in New Zealand, many times over what it is in Canada, and again, higher than in Japan. And Australia is getting it done, and there's more for us to do. But we have a clear plan about how we're going to achieve that. We have a sensible plan. We believe we'll comfortably meet and beat the commitments that we've made for 2030 and go and achieve well beyond that. And our 2050 commitments ensure that we have a sensible, balanced plan that enables our industries to continue to thrive, particularly here in the Northern Territory, and stay on that trajectory to get net zero by 2050. Now, the Labor Party can't even explain, their deputy leader, their carbon credits policy. This is exactly what happened at the last election. A lot of sentiment expressed by the Labor Party and the Greens, but no idea how to do it, no idea who'd pay for it, and no idea how to explain it. See, that's the choice at this election. A choice between a government that you know and knows what it's doing and has a clear plan, and a Labor Party supported by the Greens who don't have a plan and that you don't know. And at a time of great uncertainty, when there are big challenges, like the challenges of climate change, we've set out our plan. We've been very transparent. I remember at the last election, it was said to me, oh, you can't meet your 2030 goals with your plan. And that it was said to us back prior to 2020 that we couldn't meet our 2020 goals. We met them all, and we'll meet our 2030 commitments and we'll exceed them. What Australia does in this area is it delivers, and we deliver year in and year out, and we intend to do that with the important investments we've made. Now, the hydrogen hub here in the Northern Territory is a big part of that plan. The northern parts of Australia, whether it's here, up in Darwin, or across in Western Australia in the Pilbara, or in central and northern Queensland, or down in Bell Bay in Tasmania, they are all going to play a significant role in Australia's climate plan that sees our emissions reduced and our exports increase and Australia's economic performance grow off those investments.